Hello, welcome to another reading vlog. It's May. Again, it's a weekday today and I'm working from home, although we are slowly getting back to that face-to-face setup. But it's just nice to have this privilege to at least have 1 or 2 days that we can work remotely from the office. Although, yeah, yun nga, pabalik na kami and it's good. It's good to see my office mates again and to see many people in the office already kasi it's been a while since I've seen some of those beautiful faces. So, hello. It's been a hell of a weekend last weekend. I was scammed for 20,000 pesos. That day, it was Saturday, we were supposed to go to the groceries to do our weekly groceries. There's this chat from my sister na, "San kayo? Sama ako." So, it's just a normal conversation and we have another conversation privately, like ADM between me and my sister. And we were talking about the appointments and the schedule that we have to secure for our parents, laboratories, scans, the usual conversation nowadays. Because, both my parents or both our parents were diagnosed with illnesses, different illnesses pa din. Although it's common for elders, but still, of course, we have to act like as soon as possible on those diagnoses. And then there's this chat from my sister, from the same sister that I have this private conversation with. As in, sumingit lang siya dun sa usual conversation namin. Sumingit siya agad ng, do you have balance pa sa BPI mo? So I said, yes, kakabayad ko lang ng bills like earlier this morning. She was asking for 20,000. Babalik na rin daw tonight or that night. And of course, since we have this topic nga na we are like blocking schedules of their doctors, I thought na she needed the money agad kasi she doesn't have it right now or right at that moment. I have no doubt na of course I need to give this money. Of course, medyo tight ako sa pera talaga, hindi ako nagpapautang. But this is not basta-bastang utang. This is for our parents. And the ask came from my sister. So, of course, sabi ko, sige. So, I transfer this money to a Union Bank account under my sister's name. Like, as in, complete name ng sister ko. And there's this UB account na hindi ko man lang question kung bakit UB kasi usually ang account na binibigay niya when we do transfers is another bank or a couple of other banks, ganyan. But UB is not so much common for her to use. But I know she has UB account. So, syempre, hindi ako nagtanong. Kasi alam ko nga may UB siya. Pagdating kasi sa, parents mo or sa family mo, minsan talaga walang question eh. And especially, if you trust your family, you trust that person, wala nang tanong-tanong or at least minimal lang yung tanong. So, I authorized the transaction. I gave 20,000 pesos. And apparently, this was a hack. And we have this real-time conversation na totoo. Sister ko talaga yon. But this conversation na singit-singit in that real or legit na conversation were from the hacker pala. And my sister doesn't see those conversation in her view. As in, they have 20K and I answer yes without, yung replying like slide reply. But my answer doesn't come through my sister's view. As in, normal lang yung conversation sa kanya. Like, the last question was like, saan kayo pupunta or sama ako. Yun lang. Hindi niya nakikita yung conversation namin ng hacker. And we're in the same chat. As in, hindi ako naka-secret message. Hindi siya naka-secret message. Ando lang talaga siya sa ginagamit namin chat box. So, I was thinking, baka naman legit naman to. Hindi talaga ako nag-question kung legit or not. And there's this one time na nung nag-transfer na ako and I sent the screenshot of the transfer. And I sent my QR code for my bank para dun siya mag-transfer pag magbabayad na siya. Nag-reply pa siya ng, wait lang ha, magkikita muna kami ni Gigi. Gigi is her friend. So I thought, okay lang, as in normal. Pagdating namin sa bahay, nagkita kami sa groceries. And pagdating namin sa bahay, there's this call from my sister's friend regarding the matter na may nangungutang ka ng ganito, ganyan. And I even helped her to activate or reactivate the two-way authentication in the alerts. Tapos doon ko na-realize, shit, nagpa-transfer ka ba ng 20k? And she said no. So, ayun, alam ko na shucks, I was scammed. When we checked the conversation, the history, hindi niya nakikita yung conversation, yung specific conversation na yun. Ang nakikita niya lang is the actual or the legit conversation between us. Yung talagang punta ako na Gigi, ganito, ganyan. It was a super smart hack na hindi mo talaga makikita, hindi mo talaga malalaman right away, especially pag hindi kayo magkasama. Plus, the timing is really good. Like, girl, alam niya kung ano yung pinag-uusapan namin. Alam niya na I have this high possibility na magbigay ng pera. And what's worst is, yung friend niya na yun nagbigay din. And who knows sino pa yung nagbigay. So, we posted this disclaimer na na-hack yung account niya. So, I don't know as of today kung meron pang mga nagbigay or something. But, yeah, that was the worst weekend of my life so far. Kasi I expect more. But, you know this, nakakahiya because I am an auditor. I am the person na most careful pagdating sa mga ganyan. But I was scammed. And you know what? The transaction went through because there is this legit fake account siya, but the account used my sister's full name, as in the full name of my sister. So, I thought it was legit. Lesson learned, huwag kayong magpapautang via chat. Confirm if there is if nangungutang talaga sila. Huwag din kayong mangungutang via chat. Any financial issues, any personal data that you need to share to your trusted people, wag sa messenger, wag virtually if as much as possible. Because I was thinking, since the hacker got my sister's data na nakapagtayo siya ng account using my sister's information, ibig sabihin they got my sister's information talaga. Like, you know, if uso na ngayon yung digital apps na you can create your account with, and you just need to upload your documents. So, baka nakakuha siya ng soft copy of that confidential information. So, very, very scary, nakakatakot, at yun, I just want to share because it could happen to anyone. Like, ako na medyo skeptic when it comes to like asking money, asking information. Shucks, na-scam din ako, and it's a big amount, 20k. Imagine if that's from other people. It's a big loss. So yeah, that was my weekend. Anyways, let's go back to whatever we should be talking about for this vlog. I am currently reading a thriller from Lucy Foley, The Paris Apartment. This is one of my TBRs for my 52 book club challenge. Yes, may mga book clubs pa rin ako, although I don't participate in discussions because I often miss them. So, hindi na lang ako magko-commit, hindi na lang ako masyadong magpapaka bida-bida, mag-active-activan kahit hindi naman pala ako active. So, I just am in the group or groups so I can pick up the book of the months or the prompts at least, so if ever I don't have anything to read, I have something to consider. And this is one of them. I'm reading it on my Kindle pala. And I am also currently reading Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. This is my This is my second classic read for this month. And this is the book of the month for classic cult as well. So, hindi rin ako makakapag-join sa discussion nila or ninyo if some of you are watching this video. Sorry. So, tingnan mo naman, I'm still 34 pages in out of 642 pages, I guess. So, madami-dami pa akong lalakbayin, and that's our goal for this vlog. We will be reading classic books for this month. I have picked up 14 classic books from my shelf, and siguro let's talk about that later kasi I have a meeting in 20 minutes. So, yeah, let's do this. Having a good relationship with Dostoevsky. I don't think we will be best friends because I am making a very slow progress on Crime and Punishment. And yes, I am recording this very, very silently. I'm trying to be quiet as much as possible because I just sneaked out from Nemo. This is gonna be an ASMR part of a vlog, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, I am making a very slow progress in Crime and Punishment. I'm currently on page 50, and I think I will DNF this, but I will try harder. But now I picked up Franz Kafka, and thanks to this book, I am slowly getting the term Kafkaesque, because to be honest, I don't really understand it. I didn't really understand it, but now I think I do. I just finished The Metamorphosis, and this book has also the other stories from Kafka, some sketches as well. Since I finished The Metamorphosis, I'm also reading the other stories. So this orange tabs, these are the other stories that I haven't read yet, and the small gap there is The Metamorphosis, which is a very quick read. It has like 48 pages, less than 50. So it is a very, very quick read. I think it's the longest here in the book. If you're not yet familiar with Metamorphosis, this is a story about Gregor Samsa, who just woke up one day as an insect, as in a giant insect. And it doesn't mention what kind of insect, it's just describes the usual insects with small legs, like tiny, thin legs, and large, like body. Great Imo is here. Anyways, Gregor is a good son, a good brother who is actually working, providing a loan to his family. He works as a commercial traveler, which he dislikes, but it has a good pay that he was able to provide a bigger house than they actually need. He was also a good employee, and there was a mention that promoting him almost overnight or something when he turned into an insect. Like every member of the family, the father, the mother, and his sister acted like it was an illness, and they're more like disgusted, ashamed of it than taking action on it. Like they literally locked him up instead of making effort to discovering why it happened, because it didn't mention why it happened, like what Gregor did to make this, like to make him worthy of this kind of a punishment. It says something about injustice, not knowing a lot of things about life, but still getting through it, fighting for life, and unfortunately, it has a very sad ending. That was a spoiler, but you should also read this. You should interpret it yourself and maybe write an essay. Okay, interesting. I also picked up another classic. I got this from Libby. Gabriel Garcia Marquez of Love and Other Demons. Talks about, shucks, I forgot the name. One of the slaves in a village, a community, or whatever. I don't know. Shucks, nakalimutan ko na. This slave, this particular slave, was bitten by a rabid dog and or on her ankle, and the people were treating it like a plague, like it's contagious, and they need to eliminate the subject before it spreads out to the community. I'm still 20% in. This is probably the least interesting Garcia Marquez book that I have read, but I'm still looking forward to it because, I don't want to disappoint myself just because of one book from one of my favorite authors, if you get what I mean. But yeah, the writing is still good. It's just that maybe my mind is just with Kafka, and it's just a bad idea that I am reading both these authors at the same time, so I'm pausing my Gabriel Garcia Marquez and maybe finish this book first. And I need to go now because Nemo is here, and I think we will play Roblox.